Well, I think the reason why they don't do it is because what's going to happen to you is like what happened to Dwight Howard, you know, because he was messing with the black gay guy and he went straight to the authorities. Got crazy.
What happened with that?
With Dwight?
Yeah.
I believe he dropped the charges, but he dropped the charges.
But like we just stopped talking about that altogether.
Yeah, Dwight is fighting demons. Like that's the real thing that's going on. That's why he was fighting in the big three. So I don't know if y'all seen, there was a clip of Dwight and Lance Stephenson, the gentleman from Brooklyn who got his butt whooped by Mike Beasley. And they got into like a real big like pushing and shoving match at the big three, which if I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, that's Ice Cube's basketball league that happens during the summer. And generally it's like ex-players and sometimes they have like street ball legends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's known to be a physical game and guys talk a lot of trash and it gets really competitive. But this weekend, it kind of went over the line.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if it's like a element of street ball involved in it, then that would make sense that it's a little bit more aggressive and there's a lot of shit talking involved.
No, there's like a lot of fouls and there's a lot of, you know,
because that's what
big time
you
trash
see.
talk. You want to go see that.
Yeah.
But then it got excessive because like they end up like spilling into the crowd, falling into the crowd, pushing on each other.
So who was fighting? Dwight Howard and who?
Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson.
Okay.
That's the one who kind of got really ugly.
It was just those two?
No, it was more than that. That's what I said. It got to a really bad. It got to a point now where folks were pushing out the commentary. Oh, look at the black men who wouldn't do this in the white league doing this at the black league and causing a ruckus.
That's exactly what I thought initially when you told me the story. I was like, why would you go to the black event to show your black ass? Mm-hmm. Like, have some respect for your community and your peers.
See, and I understand that perspective, but at the same time, that's why I said context matters. I said Dwight is fighting gay demons. So he is battling a lot of that. I'm pretty sure he's hearing it in the crowd. Pretty sure people talking and chirping.
Oh yeah, if I'm in a street ball competition game with Dwight Howard, I'm gonna be all in the booty ass.
Yeah,
at
least once. At least once.
Yeah.
With the white around your lip ass nigga.
7 times.
You gonna hit him with a Dwight around your lip ass nigga.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, like. I'm gonna be wildin'.
You gonna walk by and be like, I ain't never seen a gay nigga this big. And then Lance hasn't made a good decision in his life since he didn't re-sign with Indiana. So I mean, this guy's brother's been going through it. So I understand. Then you just got your butt kicked in the one-on-one game. Your pride is not anywhere close to where you want it to be. You just a ticking time bomb.
Okay, so the one-on-one game that just happened, we talked about that. That was the one that was sexually very aggressive towards the other man?
That's his teammate on this big three, actually. They're teammates.
So the one that was being sexually aggressive towards the other man is the one that lost or won?
The one.
Okay. Damn. So
so he got violated in the one-on-one. Now you going to the big three. And now this other big gay nigga is pushing up all on you, pushing you around. You might get scared.
I low-key wish it was that other man.
Nah, he was up, but him and Dwight was pushing each other too.
Okay. The amount of I would pay to hear the what type of shit talking he was doing on that court to Dwight Howard.
I'll show it to you when we finish the show.
Oh my God. Because it was so creative. He was so aggressive, but it was like in cursive.
No, it was funny because you could just tell the difference of what it looked like from somebody to be a winner and be in this situation, being pushed around, talking to, and being a loser. And having that on you, feeling this like almost like regret pulling on to you because it's like everybody's joking about you, that you lost, you got your butt kicked. And then this big boy just pushing you around. And you know, if it get crazy, he might be able to yoke you up and do things.
He definitely will. And then this man just told you he was gonna make love to you.
So people think you sweet out here. And what they say in the prison, what you supposed to do? Find the biggest nigga and knock him out. So that's what Lance was trying to do. Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to show them brothers grace. But Steven Jackson, my nigga.
If I ever go to jail, I'm finding the biggest stud. I'm riding her face.
Oh, that's not how that's going. You're going to be cleaning her clothes and all that stuff real quick. But we need to get into the other person who really was, I think, caused the biggest ruckus. And it was just like, bro, you got to really grow up. It's Steven Jackson. He, former Pacer. He was actually in the brawl, the Malice in the Palace that happened.
Yes.
He was actually a part of that.
I do. I remember watching that.
He was the second dude that went into the stand with Ron Artest. He gets into it. starts talking all this.
Just like
that's all he knows.
Fighting.
That's all he knows. He thinks just because he did
He's
the George,
funny too, though.
He thinks because he was part of the George Floyd shit now, he just get immunity to do whatever he wants.
That was his cousin.
That was his friend, not his cousin.
They look like cousins.
It's just ever since then, I just feel like he's only just taking. Well, people used to say that to him. I just think ever since then, people
I
just
mean the whole George Floyd around situation.
Jesus, I just think ever since then, a lot of that. He's always been this kind of roughneck guy.
Yeah.
And I just think ever since then, he just got more emboldened. Mm-hmm. And he just gives some of the worst advice as a black man. He
gives crash out advice.
Oh, 100%. He was talking about how he checked in at O Block. Like he was bragging about that. Like that was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Like, why are you even over there?
And this is where I hate.
You stay on the white side of town where it's safe.
No, he really wants to be out in the street with niggas. Like to me, it's ridiculous.
That nigga got white in his beard. What do you mean you want to be out in the streets?
He don't care. He got the salt and pepper. And this gentleman like this, Adam Pac-Man Jones, just a guys who just try to act like they're still young, like they're still in their like early 20s, and they push a brand of black men that I feel like is problematic to the youth because it encourages, like you said, the crash out behavior. Mm-hmm. It doesn't show a growth and maturity because they're still living like how they are in their youth because they made a lot of money playing a sport. So I can't be mad at how they living. It's just when you get pushed up front like a leader like he has in a big time situation like that, for you to continue to carry yourself in such a poor manner, it's just not conducive to the actual goal that we want to see from people in your position. Mm-hmm. And again, I understand these guys didn't come from much, they got an opportunity to make a lot of money playing sport, and that conditioning doesn't change from you, especially when you don't make a concerted effort for it.
So after I thought about it a little bit, I was like, where should you be able to show your black ass if not a black space?
It can't be with the white cameras around, though.
No, like if there's a safe space for you to show your black ass, it should be a black space, right?
I mean, I can agree with that sentiment, yes.
And we should have more grace for our black brothers and sisters if they want to show said ass.
I would agree with that if Ice Cube was also being funded by 100% black sponsors, or at least 90% black sponsors. Once we get into that, this no longer becomes a black event because we're funded by white money, and they have white ads that are going to be playing on this white channel. And if we aren't conducive for that, now we're going to be saying, oh, well, look, they don't want us to shine. They don't want us to yada, yada. And then you go on the fucking internet and get 3 cents a fucking view or whatever, and you upset about the splits on that. So it's just, if you want to see us grow and actually have opportunities for these guys post their career to not, go from making millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to nothing, which I think this is a beautiful thing for that. Yeah. That assists you with your transition, still keeps you active, keep you talking about in the sport, allows you to build a brand and a network.
I wish they had something like that for the football players instead of killing their wives. Like,
it's hard to do it for football.
Yeah, because they brain stems be like bent.
They got
the brain just be smushing around in their skulls like that.
They got a 37 under league, right? Where it's grown men who got work on Monday playing football on the field with
bad knees,
with pads on, tackling each other hard. Real shit. Like, I'm talking about, this ain't covered under their insurance or nothing.
Who do you think doesn't let go of their heyday more? Like, who do you think holds on to their glory years more aggressively, men or women?
Oh, men for sure. Especially if it's like highly athletic based. Oh, for sure, men.
I feel like, yeah, but women do that same shit too. Like all of the surgery and stuff, trying to stay young.
See, I think that's
try to live vicariously through their daughters if they have one.